That is insane. But who's done that?
All of us.
Right.
Because we beg for stuff and then
I'm glad you said that.
We beg for stuff, like say if it's a woman or whatever.
Teach.
That's why they be like, be careful for what you ask for.
Right.
Because you can beg for a woman, but then when you get that woman,
There
she
you go.
worried the shit out of you or something.
Right.
Fuck around on you, something like that, or just do something crazy. So it's like you'll look back and be like, damn, that ain't the woman I was talking about. But you accepted it.
Amen, brother. Come on. But there you go. That's it. You accepted it, and you're like, man, I don't know my world's upside down, because you didn't do it the way the Most High said. The Most High didn't do this. You did this, and we don't have to go there again. James 1:13. Let no man say when he is tempted, when he is drawn away, he's drawn away by his own lust. Why are you blaming that on a brother or a sister? Oh, the brother, he got me out of the spirit. That's why I punched him in the mouth. No. You accepted the voice, and Satan said, see, you that big ninja. Like, you gonna let him disrespect you like that? You know how many men you killed with these fingers? And you're like, yeah, see, say, you right. And you politic with him. Right, this one finger. Yeah, they forgot who I was. You know how many niggas I slapped with this? And then you come in and then what happens? You do it because you're drawn away through your own lust. Right. It ain't the man. It ain't the man. It ain't the woman. It's us that gives into these things, right? We're drawn away by our own lust. Let me add something to this. Go to Proverbs 19:3. He trying to blame it on Eve. The woman, my rib, that would come on, I don't know what to say. Go ahead.
Proverbs chapter 19, verse 3.
Go ahead.
The foolishness of man perverteth his way.
Yeah, the foolishness of man perverteth his way. It's your folly. It ain't nobody else. That perverts you. You listen when you were supposed to correct your rib, set her in order, and be like, nah, that's off. We're not doing that. That's out of order. What did the Most High say? He said, don't deal with that. I don't care what nobody told you. We're not dealing with that. You know what I mean? But what happened? This is the first woman. Those women was bad as hell. They weren't like these women. Imagine a black woman with real hair.
With no flaws.
Oh, yeah.
No, seriously.
No flaws.
Like, you want to go to damn Brazil and be like, look at the 9.5, which they're Israelite women too. But even, and their hair be a little longer, and that's why you be like, God dang, this chick is crazy.
Right.
But imagine that, like the women in the past, the first women, like, their hair was real, that went all the way back down. And it wasn't dog hair or cow or whatever the hell the hair was. It wasn't that. It wasn't horse hair.
Right.
They must have been beautiful,
Gosh.
So, I mean, I'm not saying, well, I get it, Adam. I'm saying that Adam was, he was somewhat weak as hell to where he was looking at this woman. And how could you say, well, because how could you conjecture that? Show me out of the Bible. I'll take you to Esdras and show you what have all men fallen to.
Right.
Like, why would you blame it on your rib unless you were a sucker? Yeah, to some level. You know what I mean? All right. I mean, but we ain't suckers in here. We grown ass men, all right? We ain't involved with that. Man, we know, we get them in order.
So is it safe to say that if you know you like that, like you weak, like you get a little ass, whatever like that, you start being like a simp, so to speak. Is it good to stay away from them, or should you? How do you combat that? Like, are you like, do you become a monk? Do you become a priest? Or do you? No, I'm being serious. Like, do you become a monk? Do you become a priest, or do you like the next time Yahweh sends you somebody your way? Do you try to avoid it, or do you deal with it and like ask Yahweh to take the selfishness away from you, or whatever? Like, how do you deal with that?
I'm gonna go to what Adam should have known. You quoted it earlier. Go back to Wisdom of Solomon 9. Check this out. No, we don't run from it.
God.
And by the way, I'm gonna raise my hand right here and admit I was an ex-simp. I was 24 No, I'm sorry, I was younger than that. I was 18 and 19, and I knew my girl. I had the truth too, but I didn't know how to apply the truth. So why am I doing this? To remind you that you can come out of simple mode. And I knew she was doing something. She wasn't listening. She wasn't in order, but I loved her. And when I mean, this was my girl, right? I looked at her, I was like, God dang, she's just beautiful to me, right?
Yeah.
But she was out of line. I was 18, young, dumb, and sprung, right? Running to her house in the rain because I thought somebody was over there. In the rain, I'm like ushering. Yeah, like, you know what I mean? And I might as well have been dancing in the rain, right? Now, mind you, I'm 48 now. I'm still kind of 48 now. This was when I was 18. So the simp has been gone a long way. Just want to raise that, because I got to stand for myself right here, right? I got to stand for myself, right? But I'm an ex-simp too. So stop with this. It's impossible to change. Whether simp, whether drunk, whether weed head, whether jack off king, whether porno, whatever it is, y'all, we can overcome it by the wisdom of the Most High. So she dragged me, like the Bible says and like the movie is, she dragged me to hell. Right? Bro, I knew it was off. She became a stripper. I knew it was off. I was like, I'm done with you, but I love you though. I'm going to take you back. I went through all that mode. But you know what I did? When I broke up with her, I said never. First of all, what I would never do was give the truth a bad name. So when I opened up my first school in Colorado, I knew that me and her could go no longer. And the Most High provided the way, and we separated. And I never, from one day, never spoke any word to her in the last, I was 20, no, we broke up like at 22, 23 or something. And I've never spoke to her since then. Why? Because I knew she could not be the example that I was needed to when I started teaching. And I said, Yahweh, I'll never go down that path. So don't stop this. What do? You gotta just be a monk. Bro, stop. You don't gotta be a monk. You just gotta man the hell up, choose the path of the Most High, and direct thy steps aright. Whether porn, women, whatever it is, we can overcome it the right way.
God.
And the Most High blessed me with 2 women that's been ride or die for the last over 20-something years. So, and guess what? Yes, I did go through my stage of a little, not women hating, but a little harder. You know what I mean? And the Most High, leveled me the hell out to respect what gift I've been given, what gifts I've been given, right?
God.
So what is that? Wisdom of Solomon 8:1. My bad.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 8 and verse 1. Wisdom reacheth from one end to another.
Go ahead.
Mightily.
Read.
And sweetly.
And sweetly. Go ahead.
Does she order all things.
So, look, wisdom will order all things right, but you got to learn from your mistakes. I told myself from that day I'll never do that for no woman again. And I did it. I did it. You see that? So, and what I didn't do, I didn't, because like I just said, I didn't become this bitter man that's like, man, women are garbage. All of them were wicked as hell. The Most High said they were beginning to sin. What I did was, I acknowledged that it wasn't her fault, it was my fault. Like Adam had to acknowledge, and then I direct my path in the gospel and said, okay, what does the Bible say about getting a woman? And what are they for? Because back in the days, when you're young, dumb, especially when you think you're using the Bible wrong, you think it like, yeah, they just a piece of meat, piece of booty, right? I had to realize that the Most High, first of all, let me treat my sisters like myself and what they're for. So I stopped running through them. I took not for lust. I stopped running through them and start like, okay, let me deal with them right and think about longevity, marriage, and keep these things. Now, yes, I still failed once or twice before I met my ribs, but that's what it was. It was really slowing down and not jumping in the sack with every woman. And then I realized, okay, I got to give them to the Father. Those two, you know why they so hard for the Most High? Because I said, look, you want to be with me? You're going to be your ass in class. You're going to give to the body. You're going to give rides. You're going to be charitable. You're going to do the work. The biggest mistake brothers make is what? Oh, I don't want to tell her the truth because I want to hide her out. She is never going to be in order. I was like, look, at that time, they're young, they're prime, and I was like, good looking, right? And I was like, it doesn't matter. That didn't matter. I was like, you guys got to serve the Most High. And guess what? 20 years later, we all old as hell, and we're still here, right?
Did they give you any pushback in the beginning?
Hell yeah, they did. Well, and they did because I won't even blame it on them. That's what you got to know about me. It was my fault because I had the word. I taught them. So any pushback was because I was a brute. I was a little extreme. I wasn't balanced out. I wasn't patient. You know, we ain't got no damn patience when we 23, 24, right? We don't want to listen. We don't want to hear. We don't want to do the things that needs to work through that relationship. So it's all us, huh? Just direct yourself in the wisdom of the Most High. And guess what? The Most High, he said he will give a righteous man or what? A righteous woman. See, and it's like when we were talking, she's not going to come with white robes and walk into the school and say, behold, Aaron, you are out of all these men, you. It's like, it's not going to happen like that. I didn't meet them and they wore white robes, right? I met Shawashana and the salsa club that the brothers went to in San Antonio. We went out to listen to music. I met her there. I met Shawashana. Shalamaya was invited to play pool with brothers, and we started talking. So, like, it wasn't like, she's going to fall from heaven, y'all. You're going to still have to do the work, and they'll tell you their stories. They weren't these pure women that, were virgins, right? They was young and wild. But with directing the things ordered in wisdom sweetly and giving them to the Father. Bro, look at the evidence. They hear. And yes, we all old and gray hairs and stuff, but they hear though. So it's possible. So stop with this. I just don't see any woman in this time. Noah had a woman, brother. Out of everybody on the earth, Noah had a woman. And then his sons had women. So the Most High, out of everybody being wicked in the world, had those women to link up with Noah and his sons. Did he not? So stop with this, it's not possible, please. Because all things are possible with the Most High. We just got to take accountability. Go ahead. No. Oh, okay, go ahead.
That's when I thought, initially when he asked that question, like, what is he to do? The first thing I thought, man, the last 3 hours we've been covering trees and fruit. Yeah. And the first thing that I thought was to partake of the fruit of the Spirit. You know what I'm saying? That's the answer. Like, because honestly, depending on which translation you study, you know that the fruits be love, joy, peace, patience, goodness, kindness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. But self-control is really important. I think we overlook that a lot of the time. We underestimate it even. You know what I'm saying? But that self-control is translated self-discipline. Like, I think once we start to implement that, we'll actually start to be able to deal with this, this symbology. You know what I'm saying? Because you'll get it under control. You're going to have things that are complementary to you, and then you're going to have things that are somewhat of a detriment. But what you have to do is you have to monitor those things and get those things under control so that you can more so, as you mentioned earlier, be balanced. You know, to where you can you can learn how to maneuver through life with these things and be a better person, be a better man.
Yeah, you know what though? I gotta say what you're saying. On point. The most important thing us as men is not doing what Adam is doing in the beginning. He's not taking accountability. When you are accountable that, truthfully, a lot of times, we're little boys, and the women look at us and we're like doing little boy stuff, and they're like, bro, you still playing video games at 30, nigga, like, what's up with you? But you're like, get in order, they're like, you know what I mean? Like, we got to step up to the plate, and I know, I don't know about anybody else, I'm going to say for me, and if you brothers don't realize this, that a lot of stuff be in you and you attract it to you. The scriptures say that. A man will flee to his like. So, immaturity in you will come to you. One more scripture, let's jump back. Ecclesiastes 27:3. How do we get this woman that we need?
God.
Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 27 and verse 3.
Go ahead.
Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Most High,
right,
his house shall soon be overthrown.
Bro, let's start with that. You hold yourself diligently in the fear of the Lord and direct your path aright. And guess what? The Most High build your house. Now, me and my house are going through affliction now, but guess what they're not doing? They're not saying, well, we're going through this, and, well, you know, the Most High, bro, they're like, listen, we're riding together. Ride or die, bro. You can't have nothing. That is beautiful.
Beautiful.
Like, we're going through a little trial tribulation with our house right now. I have yet to hear my rib say, you know what, I can't do this no more. Or like some yamp from the streets is like, you lost your job. You know what I mean? We losing this. Well, you know what? No, because they know my works. They know if I'm doing wicked. So they can look and be able to say, well, I know we ain't doing nothing wicked, so this is the trial that the Most High is putting us through. That is beautiful, bro. Yeah.
I had that. But
right.
The reason why I asked the question is because I've known brothers, right?
Yeah.
To add on to what the brother, what is that, Shaf? Brother Shaf was saying, you know, like we talk about discipline, is there such thing as being too disciplined? Because I know brothers that damn near like, okay, you know the Most High send you somebody.
Right.
That's a given. Like if you living righteously, you doing what the Most High wants you to do. But have you encountered brothers?
Is it? Is it a given?
I mean, that's what we're talking about.
Right, but is it a given to the brother?
Not necessarily. Because that's what I'm saying. Not necessarily, because I've known brothers that seem like they walk in a righteous path.
Yeah.
But it's like they've been burnt in the past.
Yeah.
So it's like they not avoid women, like they avoid them, like not talking to them, but they become boring to them, or like they not they self with them.
Okay.
Do you see anything wrong with that?
No, bro. The script, Paul came back and said, man, I wish you were like me, not to have a wife. He said, but if you burn, marry. Meaning what?
Like if you get to the point where you feel like
you don't need a woman. What's wrong with that?
You say if you burn, marry. Some guys burn.
Right. Well then,
like they can't
that
do without.
But what are they motivated by? Fornication? Because we all get the urge.
Right.
But are we going to go fornicate?
Not necessarily.
Not at all. You're not going to do it. You're not going to break the commandment. So, you know, what is wrong with that brother? What is wrong with him? Nothing. He's being wise and smart. And check this out. Do you got to go get a woman, or is the Most High going to bring you the right one?
Well, if you living right, if you do what you're supposed to, he said in this day he'll bring it to you.
He's gonna bring it to you.
And like you're talking about like how you are. You're gonna bring whatever it is that's inside of you. You're gonna bring that to you.
There you go.
God.
So you got to understand, a lot of brothers know what's inside of them. You don't necessarily know what's inside of them. So when I see brothers that are single, or they're like, I'm not being like, man, well, you ain't got a woman yet, man. If I you beautiful, young and handsome, brother, I'd be like, bro, I'm like, good, you don't need a woman. Right? I'm like, keep doing what you're doing, because you know why? Trust me. The more and more discipline they get, the Most High is going to say, okay, you're ready for the right one.
Right.
What?
But normally, that's coming from somebody who already got a couple of ribs.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
Hey, I got 12 ribs, but hey, you keep doing what you're doing because God gonna
Yeah,
bless you.
but I was there too, though.
Right.
I was there too. Yeah, I mean, there was a single time. I mean, it wasn't long. It was 6 months. But still, you know what I mean? But still, that doesn't. Well, what I got and what I have now, remember, took work over years of time. So don't misconstrue none of that. You got your work to do. Shawab got his work to do. Right? He know what he got to work on with him. Dennis know he got to work on with him. And I'm saying that because Dennis, you just became single, right? He's not, man, you know, bro, man, I'm online and I'm looking for Hebrew meat women and all that. He's like, bro, I'm going to focus on me and my spirit right now till I get there. And then when he's ready, he's going to say, man, he's going to speak on it. You know what I mean? And the spirit is going to reveal it to him and bring those things to him.
Yes, instead of doing like what they do in the world,
Yeah.
you go get the rebound.
Yeah.
What?
The rebound. Like you just broke up a relationship or you lost that significant other, and what do they tell you to do? Get back out there. instead of really analyzing, especially if the relationship ended in a bad way.
Yeah.
Right.
The scripture says, prove thy soul, like, and see what's evil in it. So, wait a minute, I was too hasty to see the obvious about this woman. I was too caught up in this visual that I neglected the things that should have told me, no, she needs to stay in the friend zone, or not even friend zone at all. But because we mature, goes back to that maturity class from last night, we led by the flesh. You know, we led by that desire. The Most High is going to give you a woman, but it takes patience. We're not patient people. So we go back, we end up putting ourselves in the same position, and then you get to, like our sisters say, all men are dogs. Like, nah, you're doing something wrong over and over again.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Good, Chef. Good.
I like to get back out there records, like that get back out there records, because y'all talk about basketball.
Yeah.
And when you think about like the coach actually decides who gets back out there. But I don't think people realize how important it is, like that when the coach actually called him out of the game, to sit and wait patiently and observe. And that's where you meet these guys. That they at that place of rest where they're observing, being able to, you know, sit from the bench, you can observe a whole lot better rather than being active in the game. Like, because when you're active in the game, you don't see what's going on. Like, you know, you don't see everything. You know, I could call things from the bench that you couldn't even see. Just like a person, just like a boxer. Like, you know, he got his corner calling stuff you can't see. So when you come back to the corner, you're like, hey, when he do this, when he step back, do this, when that's what. Like, so you gotta pay attention to your corner. You gotta actually trust your corner, which is, you know, what God gave us. Your counsel. Like, you gotta trust him. So you gotta. This is one of the most important things I learned in my life, is actually observing Sabbath. Like, straight up, because rest allowed for those spaces of observation.
Yeah.
It allowed for that, and it allowed you to actually, like, when you start studying rest, you see how much you grow in that space too, like, or mature in that space, which is even better. You mature in that space, so that when the coach say, "Hey, go get back in the game," you're a whole lot more prepared for it. So now when I meet that woman, I'm a whole lot more prepared for it. You know, and that's what I think.
Damn, you hit that right on point. What does it depends on how that player takes it. Because one player can be bitter as hell that they got to sit down.
Right.
While the other player, right? See, and this is why this is important to understand about a wise man and what we're attaining and how we look at things. Because that sounds great if you're wise. Because that's how wise men think.
Mature.
You're mature. But that not every man, you sit me down, I ain't got a woman, man, like you said, you know, you talking all that shit, you got 2 ribs, you know what I mean? You good, but, right? Well, first of all, you got to realize who sat you down, right? Then you're going to really understand that, okay, damn, the Most High sat me down because I'm not ready right now. So let me sit down humbly, right? Sit down, be humble, right? And wait, what did it say? wait on the Lord. One of my favorite chapters, Psalms 37. He says, I say I will wait on the Lord. Right? So, and that's what we got to do. Like, we can't force anything. And once you do, you're going to start seeing, damn, that's why I keep making the wrong moves, because I keep trying to force the course of the river, and I'm not the Most High. I can't change that. You know, but, Shariah, you were saying. What? There's nothing stupid here, sister.
Well, when you say, because in most of the cases men bring the women to
The truth?
yeah, and it's you get the woman that you actually like. What did you say? You said
Which?
like
When that I brought them to, that I
No,
gave
no,
them the
no.
knowledge, that I taught them?
no like
What you attract.
you attract what you
Right.
You're attracted to that.
Yeah.
Is it the opposite for women?
No, it's the same thing. Look, if you're a sister in the truth, and you're not married or you're single, right? And your light is shining, right? How is it shining? Because you're going to attract too, right? Now, you're no longer single, right? You're betrothed, right? So let's just say when you were single, right? How do you carry yourself, right? What spirit you put out there, right? Well, you're not walking around. Of course you're not. You're my daughter, so you're not walking around. You know, one minute you got on a dress, and the minute you got on poo-poo shorts at the mall. So you're not carrying yourself like that. So what do you call yourself to? Right? Now, here's the thing. You're like, well, damn, well, did I call the idiot to me that betrayed me? No. You got somebody that was you got the serpent trying to deceive. And the serpent is always going to try to take advantage of the good things. Right? And that's what Satan's doing, right? He went to Eve, the weaker vessel, to get into the husband. You see that? So don't feel bad like, damn, am I calling that to me? That's what you're asking. Well, good examination, because you have to ask yourself that. But after examining and judging, you got to be able to say, okay, what am I doing? And then say, okay, am I on the internet? Am I my boobs out, my butt out, my breasts out? If I'm talking to men, all my nails, and I'm doing this to them, like, you're not doing that. So you got to ask yourself, damn, where did this come from? Well, somebody's seeing purity, and the wolf tried to get what is pure, didn't get it, right? And so that's what you have to understand is a possibility too. I send you as sheep in the midst of wolves, right? So when that wolf sees you, they're going to be looking at all the sisters like, damn, she looked like a humble snack. I can take advantage of you, right? Quadashai is not married. How many of those guys that where she's going to school now and work, they're going to be looking at her like, damn, who the hell is this girl? Right? But we got her guard up. We got her back to show her. She got your experience to know, hey, this is how the wolves are going to come. Right? So that's going to happen too. But don't disregard always examining yourself. Because we got to know. Well, you hear me say it all the time. Are you getting punished because it's wickedness? Or are you getting punished because you're being tried? Right? You might be going through Job, what was it? Because he was wicked? Or was he getting tried? But you got to examine yourself, right? It could be you're doing something wicked and you ain't paying, and you don't know that. You could be breaking the laws. You could be doing something out of order. And the Most High is like, okay, I'm done with that. I got to whoop you to let you know what you're doing is wrong. Or it could be like, okay, say, look at my servant, this sister, that sister. She's on point. Nobody can touch her. Watch. How you know? Go ahead and send such and such. She's going to keep her purity. Boom. You see? So, two ways to always look at it. Does that kind of... All right. Let's jump back, y'all.
You got something?
Oh. Ooh. All right. It's 5:30, y'all. Remember, this is a team effort. You're not going to just blame this on me. It's 9 o'clock, huh? Where are we at?
Genesis chapter 3, verse 12.
Go ahead.
And the man said, the woman thou gavest to be with me, she gavest me of the tree.
And we went to Proverbs 19:3. The foolishness of a man perverted this way, and his heart fretteth against the Lord. Meaning, it's you that takes on this lust, desire, right? Stop blaming it on a woman, right? Write down Romans 14:2 and verse 12. No, I'm sorry. It's Romans 14:12. Sorry. It says, so then one of us shall give account of himself to the Lord. Right? So then every one of us shall give account of himself to the Lord. Like, you can't blame it on a brother. You're not going to get in the kingdom or be judged because somebody else, y'all. That's not going to work. I know we watch a lot of soap operas and we think that's going to work with God. Oh, he made me do it. Nah, you're accountable for you, and you're going to be judged for what you do. So remember that, all right? So Adam was captain. Hi, captain. Go ahead, read.
And I did eat.
Go ahead.
And the Most High said unto the woman, what is this that thou hast done? And the woman said, the serpent beguiled me, and I did eat.
And she passing the buck, right? Go ahead.
And the Most High Power said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle,
right,
and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and in dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life.
So, like, see, he had legs before, and then he cut off his legs. Like, that's not what it said. So, what does it do? We've been over this in chapter 2. The dust represents what? What? A state of being low, right? Go back there real quick. Isaiah 47:1, and then give me Micah 7, verse 17. 16 and 17. Right? Just to show that the dust meant he's finna derank this spirit. He's finna bust him down. Now, I'm not going to go over all of this and go to Isaiah and go into how, because of his pride and his beauty. I'm not going to do that now because we'll be here a long time, y'all. I can always go over that some other time. But the Most High just showing us, he deranked him from whatever position he was in and busted him down. But when you jump to Job, which we all been over, it says, where are you going, Satan? He said, he's doing his job, right? Which is to and fro into the earth. That's the mission he's been put on, right? The scripture comes back in Job 9:24. It says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. It says in 1 Corinthians 4:4 that the God of this world has blinded the minds. So now what we're understanding is he's been busted down to do his work. And what is his work? We go look at what these spirits are made to do, right? So remember, as we try to figure out, we can only know what the Bible tells us, that Satan is never cast out and moving all willy-nilly. Like, what are you doing, Satan? I can't control you. That's not happening because the Bible tells us that, right? That he's getting the orders from the Most High. So what we learned in Christianity about him losing control and then being cast out of heaven, that's a lie, because Job, it said, when they came to meet, Satan came among them. All right? So we got to get that part of Christianity in our head. That God doesn't have to say the last word. That disannuls during the book of Job. Y'all get that? All right. All right. That's my quick version, so we won't have to be here another 2 hours on that. Go ahead, read.
Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 1.
Come
down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
So the dust represents a low estate. He was going to bust this spirit down to a lower rank, if you would. For the lack of better terms, he was going to bust him down to a lower rank. All right, go read Matthew 7, verse 16. Micah 7, verse 16.
Micah chapter 7, verse 16.
Go ahead.
the nations shall see and be confounded,
Uh-huh.
and all their might.
Go ahead.
They shall lay their hand upon their mouth.
This is what's going to happen in the future to all the nations that came up against us. Go back and read the whole chapter. Go ahead.
Their ears shall be deaf.
Uh-huh.
They shall lick the dust like a serpent.
They shall do what?
Lick the dust like a serpent.
Are they going to be all cut down and arms chopped off and going around like snakes? No. It's talking about a low estate. And that's all it's saying about Satan, that he would be brought down to a lower position. Right? Because he still had a position. Right? Go ahead.
They shall move out of their holes like worms of the earth.
Uh-huh.
They shall be afraid of the Most High, our power.
Right. So that's all it's saying when it says he's going to be brought down to the dust. All right. All right. Jump back.
Genesis chapter 3 and verse 15.
Uh-huh.
And I will put enmity between thee and the woman,
Right.
and between thy seed and her seed.
See, now it's getting a little prophetical. Right. Between thee and the woman. Right. Now, let's just look at that point right there. Is Satan and the woman, there's a war between actual Eve and the woman? No, this is a prophecy, right? Go to Revelation 12 and 1. Let's talk about what woman he's talking about. Watch, when we get to verse 16 in Genesis, you're going to see like there's two things going on here. That there's a prophecy that this angel was giving, right? Read that.
Revelation chapter 12, verse 1.
Right?
And
Now, I have to touch on this because this is important about the enmity between the woman and Satan. The woman in this context is speaking of her seed or the people from her lineage and thy seed. That's what it says here. Now, this is very tricky because does Satan have children? Well, Satan does, but did he have sex to have them? Right, exactly. So, thy seed didn't mean Satan was, because, no, this is serious. Cats be like, Satan had sex and got actual lineage in the earth. This is the craziness. When we know angels neither marry nor given in marriage. Right? They're not doing the Greek theology. They're coming among us and then they form from an angel and then they start having sex with people and then they shoot back out. That's not what this is saying. This is a prophecy of the wicked and the righteous. All right? Watch. Read Revelation 12 and 1.
And there appeared a great wonder in heaven.
Right?
A woman clothed with the sun.
Right. So this woman, we're going to find out as we read down, is Israel. It's talking about the righteous seed and the wicked seed. Go ahead.
And the moon under her feet.
Right. The sun represents wisdom. The moon represents understanding. Go ahead.
And upon her head a crown of 12 stars.
Right, because the truth is, what's going to be given us is authority under Christ, of course. Right? The authority is going to be given us. The crown represents authority. Go ahead.
And she being with child cried,
Right.
travailing in birth,
Right.
and pain to be delivered.
Right. Now, here in Revelations, it's also a double entendre. Because it's talking about Mary, and it's talking about us being brought forth as a nation. Watch. Go ahead.
And there appeared another wonder in heaven.
Uh-huh.
And behold, a great red dragon,
Right.
having 7 heads and 10 horns.
And we know who this red dragon is. You got the spiritual, and then you got his physical counterpart. Which when we go into this, you find out that John the Revelator was talking about the Roman Empire. Go ahead.
And 7 crowns upon his head.
Right. Go ahead.
And his tail drew the 3rd part of the stars of heaven.
Right. And this is going into the 3 tribes. This is going into Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and how the tribes were separated. I'm not going to go into all that right now. Go ahead.
And did cast them to the earth.
Right.
And the dragon stood before the woman.
The dragon stood before this woman, because we're talking about this woman, right? Well, what woman are we talking about? Are we talking about Mary, or are we talking about the children of Israel? We're talking about the children of Israel, because that's what pertains to the seed, right? Because we come through the lineage of the righteous. Okay, go ahead.
Which was ready to be delivered.
For
to devour her children, for to devour her child as soon as it was born.
Right, because they wanted to kill Christ. Herod wanted to kill Christ. But also, what did they want to do with us in Egypt? They wanted to kill all firstborn in Egypt, which was basically kill off the nation. Go ahead.
And she brought forth
firstborn of the male, excuse me. Go ahead.
And she brought forth a man-child who was to rule all nations with a rod of iron.
Go ahead.
And her child was caught up unto the Most High.
That's how we know it's talking about Christ. It's talking about Mary, but it's also talking about the people. Because we know who was caught up. Christ in Acts 1, right? He went back to the Father and he resurrected. Go ahead.
And to his throne.
Go ahead.
And the woman fled into the wilderness.
Right.
Where she hath a place prepared of the Most High.
So this woman, now you got Mary fled into Egypt, and you got Israel fled also, right? As a nation. Where did we flee to? I know. Where did we flee to? Where did the Israelites flee out of and flee to? Yeah.
Here.
Right, but before that, in 70 AD, we fled out of Jerusalem. We fled into the interiors of Africa. So while Mary fled into Africa, also the people. That's why I said, even here, as we're referred to as the woman. All right, here, maybe that's a little bit of too much history. Let's just make it simple. Go to Jeremiah 6:2. Jeremiah 6:2. You've been over Revelations a time, right? You haven't. Well, you can go over that. I'm not going to go over Revelations breakdown and precept everything right now. I'm not running from that. He can do that as well. But we're in Genesis breakdown. Another Revelation breakdown is going to be a lot. Jeremiah 6:2. Here, if this is easier for you, go ahead.
Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 2.
Go ahead.
I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman.
We're that woman, right? As a nation, we're the bride that is going to be married to Christ as a nation. So when it says her seed and thy seed, it's talking about the woman's seed, which is the children of Israel. All right? Go from there, go to 2 Ezra 6 and 8. Now, go back in Genesis real quick.
Genesis chapter 3, verse 15.
Go ahead.
And I will put enmity between thee and the woman.
Right.
And between thy seed and her seed.
Go ahead.
It shall bruise thy head.
It shall what?
Bruise thy head.
Who's our head? Yahushua. Our head is Yahushua. Go ahead.
And thou shalt bruise his heel.
Now check this out. Go to read the 2 Ezra 6 and 8.
2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 8.
See, this is how we know it's talking in two folds. Because they're speaking of Genesis, something that's going to happen in Genesis. And they're speaking of something that's going to happen after Genesis. Which was, they were going to bruise our head, which is Christ, our Savior. They're going to kill him. All right, read that.
2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 8.
Go ahead.
And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of
Right.
them, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Right.
For Esau is the end of the world.
See, this is what it's talking about. It's talking about the wicked and the righteous fighting against each other. Right? When Esau and Jacob was born, this is the seeds it's talking about. That's why it comes back and it says, two nations were in thy bowels, and two manner of people. So we're waiting for this. If you wanted to know, well, how do you know Esau is the so-called white man? Well, who's running the world? It ain't damn China. Right? It ain't the Arabs. Look at how they're over there kissing Trump's booty. He sit around, man, talking like a third grader, and they said, and they what? They were sitting there, right there, what? Like, yep, Trump's an idiot, but we're going to shut our mouths. Bro, you heard what he said about Venezuela, though? He's like, they don't want to F with us. Why? Because they got the power. So don't be fooled. Esau is the end of the world. Go ahead.
And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
Go ahead.
The hand of man is betwixt the heel and the hand.
See, this is what's going on here. This symbolism of Jacob holding Esau's heel out of the belly. These two seeds, these two nations are going to be the end of all things. That's going to be the battle. It's going to be us against their nation. Right? And it already is. It already is a fight of good and evil. Go ahead.
Other question. Ezra, ask thou not.
Okay, so jump back. So the woman is not talking about Eve. It's talking about, like it expounds, her seed and thy seed. All right? I hope that's not too complicated. Go ahead.
Verse 16.
Uh-huh.
Unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception.
Right. Now, this goes back to Arakah. That's why I wanted her to hold on. That the sorrow in your conception, meaning that, look at all the pain that the woman has to go through now having a child. You're like, well, isn't it been like that from the beginning of time? No. Because everything on how the white man even brings forth a child, body-wise, how they lay a woman down, is not the proper way. We used to have them sitting up. We used to have them on stools. That way the baby easily comes out. I mean, it makes total sense. But that's not it. It's just not about how they lay. It's the whole process of pain. The Most High is telling us now, that pain, that suffering, and everything they go through is because of the punishment. Right? Everything. Think about it. You get sick, you go through the body effects, the hormones, all these things, the throwing up. Yeah.
Baby gonna make it full term. Is it gonna come out and have what's now autism? Like what
Yeah.
these things that wasn't like that. That wasn't Most High's plan for us.
So that one's easy. Go ahead.
In sorrow thou shalt bring forth children,
Uh-huh.
and thy desire shall be to thy husband.
So I paused you on that because I wanted you to say what you were going to say. Do you remember? Okay, what were you going to say?
That feminism took away the willingness to be submissive.
There you go.
And it also gave the illusion that the punishment of being the weaker vessel was gone away.
Right. So now the struggle, it's a struggle. Like, I want you to think about this, sisters. How hard is it for you to just let your man take the lead? You gotta say something. You just gotta. Yeah, I mean, your husband's like left. Why? We could go right, because when I went right the other day, right in the up. Why up? Well, when you go up, we could have went down. Why we gotta go down? The reason why is like, it's so hard for you just to what? Shut up. So it's the struggle now to be what the Most High already gave you, right? Now let's go back to that scripture. That's why I said let's hold it. But I said we've been quoting it a few times. I said 47? Work of righteousness? 42, right. 32. Oh yeah. Brain fart. 32:17. Go ahead.
Isaiah chapter 32, verse 17.
So this is why the desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. She would still long for her husband's affection and leadership, but now that order will cause tension, resistance. It will cause tension because it's a struggle. Because think about it, you love him. You can be like crazy in love with this guy. Then right when you get with him, what happens?
Fight against him.
Yeah, you're like, go left. Why I gotta go left? But I thought you loved me. Why everything is damn opposite of what you said? You know what I mean? You're like, you know what? We're gonna separate for 6 months so we can learn how to appreciate this relationship. You're like, man, I'm thinking about him. I'm dreaming about him. I need him in my Lord. Shalom, my Lord. I need you. I need to be with you. The Most High has revealed to me. First time y'all get in the car, it's like, go left. Well, I was going to go. I got a question, and I know that's just the lowest idea. Understand what I'm trying to say is that the tension is there because now it's out, everything's out of order and out of its course. So it's not that the curse is ordered. How do we know that? How about I get you on this? How do we know that the order of her being under her husband is not the curse? We've been saying it all the time. Let's just go back over the scriptures in your head. How do we know the actual submissiveness to her husband is not the curse? Because that's what they're doing now, y'all. That's what they're doing now. They're warping it, the rabbit hole. They're online warping that. That's the curse. The curse is being submissive to your husband. They're backwards, y'all. It's just crazy. Go ahead, what?
Well, he said it, that I will make a helpmeet for him.
Boom! Boom! I will make a what?
A helpmeet for him.
A good help. So if submissive was the part that was now all of a sudden wrong, then why did he start it out like that? Right. It wasn't that, her being in order was the problem. It was the struggle now that was going to come with being in order. The unit, it was now a problem because you rejected the counsel of the Most High. Now you reject the counsel of your husband. That's why it's a battle. It's a battle to be at peace. I've been with my rib for 20-something years, and boy, I have to retune those opinions sometimes. Y'all hear me say it a lot. Sometimes it got to be like, okay, I don't need your opinion no more. Because they'll be like, well, if it ain't this way, then this wrong. It's like, whoa, hold on. Nah, we're not doing that. You're not 20 no more. You're going to stay this older woman with old wisdom. But that's there for the woman. Where when it was natural for them to do what? Wives, be obedient unto your husbands as unto the Lord. It was a natural thing. Now there's going to be resistance. Now there's going to be struggle. Now there's going to be back and forth. Because in your mind, what? You want the authority. Right? Because the fact is what, y'all? You can do better. Right? Yeah, you can lead better. You can lead them better, right? That's the fact of it. Like, no matter what they say, you got a better idea. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Well, what about this? What about this? What about this? It's like you won't just say, okay, let's do it your way. Because that's what it all comes down to. Leadership and opinion and how to go about it. Now, I'm not arguing with y'all to say, well, what about if your man is foolish? Whole nother topic. Whole nother topic. What are we at?
Isaiah chapter 32, verse 17.
Go ahead.
And the work of righteousness shall be peace.
See, what Adam and Eve had was peace already. What the outer order did, in breaking the order, it broke the peace. It broke the structure. That's why now you got to be reminded by Paul. Wives, be obedient to your husbands as if it's the Lord. As if Jesus Christ himself popped up. You make that food for Jesus Christ. For Yahweh Shai. And that's how you, and really you're like, but he's not Yahweh Shai. Is that right? When you want to be a jerk, you do what? But he's not Christ. He's not God. You're not God. No, not God, like Yahweh Shai, your big brother. You were supposed to be treating him like he's Christ. And you got to be reminded of that. What?
It just popped in my head how far of an extreme they had to go to use Yahweh Shai's name.
Right. You got to use his
Like
name.
a neighbor or a friend.
Or treat them like yourself. Because he said that too.
It's so much of a struggle. You got to treat him like Jesus.
Treat him like Jesus.
And taking that far
for it to snap into your head. And even when you read that, how many people vomit in their mouth when they read that? Like like they literally, Christianity wipes that from their brain. That ain't even in there. You start talking about subject, you look up that word, people start shivering. Women say, oh, not y'all, but put that for some regular woman there. Like, well, subject, that shit runs people from class right away. They don't want to hear subject to no man, right? And I know a lot of it is pain, a lot of Negro people, ignorant brothers out there doing wild stuff. But what about for brothers that's not off? Why are you still fighting? You see him, he's not doing the blunt, he's not doing the drinking, he's not whoremongering, he's just not, I just want to add one to the team because the Lord said I could get. He's not doing that. So why not the respect? See, so the point is that we already had it, and that peace would be disrupted by the arrogance and the power, the haughtiness. And we know all those other scriptures, right? That the pride of the heart, they're haughty, and they try to what? Usurp authority. God, that was going to happen. The whole earth is out of course. That's why I went over that earlier. Go ahead, read.
And the effect of righteousness, quietness, and assurance forever.
Right, check that out. Quietness and assurance forever. So that's what they disrupted. Now they don't got that no more. Now it's no quietness. Now you're frustrated over every little damn thing. The toys ain't upright. Oh, the seat, I can't get my... Like, god damn. Excuse my leg. Like, what are you? Like, you shaking over the toys ain't right. I come in, the toys ain't right, the Pampers, like, and then you gotta talk reckless, and then you talk about what's going on. Right? I'm like, who the hell are you? Because that frustration, that irritation, the peace has been taken because the women have learned how to what? Conduct themselves out of order. Right? So yeah, we got the man simps, and then we got the women that are out of order. We all got to get it together, y'all. We got to work on ourselves. All right. Go ahead, finish it. All right, go ahead.
And thy desire shall be to thy husband.
Right. Now it's an order. Be in order under your husband. When it was already a natural thing. We was already locked in together. Oh, that's dope. Yeah, it is. That's cool because y'all met them like that until it stopped. Like, he was like, yeah, man, that's dope. And then like, yeah, I was watching it, right? And then somewhere down the road, it just like, yeah, I don't like that. Like, but we used to love everything together. Now it's like, you don't like nothing I like. Right? Bruh, come on. Because that's what the Most High put on us. Now we gotta what? You gotta deal with the work of bringing her back into this right mind. But first, you can't do it until you correct yourself, because a wicked woman is giving that portion to a wicked man. Right. So you're not gonna get a meek rib. I want you to give me a meek, humble rib, but you wicked as hell. He's like, no, that ain't working that way. You're gonna humble yourself and you're gonna do right, and then you're gonna attract the right woman to you. So yeah, definitely pause as long as you need, so you won't have to go through baby mama, child support. Damn. Yeah, I wish I never met her. She locked me up. She punched me in the face. Right? When you get into all that, she hit me in the damn face like a dude. Right? So jump back. Come on.
And he shall rule over thee.
Right. Go ahead.
And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it. Cursed is the ground for thy sake.
Right?
And in sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life.
Amen. That's why we gotta what? I gotta go to Uber. I gotta go to this job. I gotta I'm not working 3 jobs. Then I gotta still be the spiritual man. Then I gotta be the father. Then I gotta be the brother. it's gonna be the sweat of your brow. It's gonna be work. It ain't this. That's what I'm telling my kids. I'm like, so you think like when you leave the house, you ain't gonna have to wash dishes, you ain't gonna sweep the floor. You're just gonna be a bum if you think like that. Like, so the refrigerator's never gonna be cleaned up. And I'm not saying they don't get it. I'm just saying that I always keep putting that in their mind that no matter where you go, once you get your own apartment, it's gonna be what? Work. Right? Then you want to take the dog with you, it's gonna be work. Right? Then you gotta go to work. And after you go to work, you gotta deal with all that. Then if you ain't spiritual, you gotta do this work, the spiritual work. So we're not escaping this, y'all. No matter how much we want to run and let the white man take care of us. Right? Because there's no more cattle, there's no more land. We're like, well, I'm just gonna rent. You still gotta work, brother.
Right.
Yeah. What's up? Go ahead, Schwab.
Yeah, because it's like it's in your mind. Yeah. And no matter what, it's a constant work in your mind. So you can be cooped up. You can have, let's say you have the riches. You can have maids and all that stuff like that. But your mind still is going to be constantly just whatever you got going on in your mind. But ain't no escape.
I didn't actually click on it, but it was on WorldStar. The link of Will Smith talking about how money doesn't bring you happiness. It's like they got all this money, and we hear from more than one star, right? Like they get to this epiphanies that when they did so much of everything, wicked, whatever, and then they realize that it doesn't make you whole. But the broke is still trying to get to, well, I want to see what it feels like a yacht. I'm sure a yacht can make me somewhat happy. And then you realize you're alone on that damn yacht. Or you got wicked people around you on the yacht. And then you're like, damn, I get it now. Like, I made it all this way and it doesn't matter. Right? I clicked on something with Nas. He's like, one minute we was all broke. And then the next minute, everybody lives in $1 million house. He was like, I really realized that I don't like them that are living in $1 million house. So I went back to the cats that are living low, living in the hood. Why? Because the mentality, right? Because we think finances in the carnal is going to change. Yeah, gain is godliness is going to change us. It's not. Yeah.
Also saying in scriptures, the eyes of man is never full, so it don't really matter what you got. It's like you can be broke, you don't want this. You can have all the money in the world and all, you know.
There's still more.
You're gonna still see something else that you want to achieve. You had a chick you want, and eventually she's gonna start getting on your nerves, or you know, it's gonna be something like you can have what you want, and you still not gonna be happy. You're gonna want something else.
Man, that is the truth. Godliness with contentment is gain. And I know a lot of us when we're young, we're like, yeah, but I want. Yeah, but you're not gonna, unless you're content with the things, the small things, and those small things make you joyous and happy. And above all, having the Most High first above all those things, that like you're gonna just be a sad ass puppy, sad ass human, walking around unhappy with everything. You know what I mean? Because it's like the scripture you just quoted, it's never enough. Yeah. Where you at?
Verse 18.
Go ahead.
Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread. Thou shalt return unto the ground, till thou return unto the ground. For out of it wast thou taken, for dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return.
Yes, sir.
And Adam called his wife's name Eve, because she was the mother of all living. Unto Adam also, and to his wife, did the Most High Power make coats of skins and clothe them. And the Most High Power.
So as opposed to their covering, right? The fig leaves and all that, the Most High is like, nah, I'm going to give you something to cover your sin, right? Hebrews 9:22.
God. Hebrews chapter 9, verse 22.
Right.
And almost all things are by the law purged
by the law purged with what?
With blood.
Right, go ahead.
And without shedding of blood,
Go ahead.
is no remission.
So what he gave them was sacrifice. Now this is why when we come to 4, the Christians don't even understand Cain knew better.
Right.
They don't get it because they don't read. They don't understand that they knew the law. They were given the law of sacrifice, and to fix those sins, they needed what? They needed blood. They needed sacrifice. They needed the skins of the animal, right? To what? Have that remission of sins, right? Go ahead.
It was therefore necessary that the patterns of things.
Okay, go from there. Go to. We're not going to go into all that. Just the 22 verse. Go to Leviticus 17 and 11. Just to show that the skins was talking about sacrifice. This is why when we get to Cain knew better. Most High didn't want no fruit. He wanted the flock. Go ahead.
Leviticus chapter 17 and verse 11.
For the life of the flesh is in the blood, and I have given it to you upon the altar to make an atonement for your souls.
To do what?
To make an atonement for your souls.
Check that out. So it was the atonement for your souls, right? It was the blood. And we know that, eventually, when you read back in that Hebrews 9, we know it was never going to be animals, but that was the beginning. Why? Because you had to lose something. And that was the thing that we didn't even look at that right. You're sacrificing an animal and not really even realizing that, like, you're killing a living creature. Like, why do you keep doing this? Why do you keep sacrificing these animals instead of just doing what's right? So that never got in our head. So the Most High had to come and what? Do away with the law of sacrifice, right? All right, but just to show you that the skins was the law of sacrifice. Remember, the laws that Adam was given was not like Moses in stone. It was verbal. It was just a given law, right? They like to talk about that like, well, we recite the Quran, right? The Quran has been recited over generations. The Bible has too, bro. Like, that's where Adam's first all from the beginning, all the way to who? Moses. All the way to Moses. And then the Most High was like, okay, you're going to write this down. Right? That way nobody forget it, nobody get it twisted. Right? And Moses did what? He wrote the 5 first books. Go ahead.
For it is the blood that maketh an atonement for the soul.
Right. It's the blood that made the atonement for the soul. Right? So we got that the law of sacrifice was the skins that they were given. Go ahead, read, jump back.
Verse 22.
Go ahead.
And the Most High Power said, Behold, the man is become one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand, and take also the tree of life, and eat and live forever.
Mm-hmm. So, I always say this. Go to, he's going to eat of the tree of life and live forever, right? Go to Wisdom of Solomon. The first chapter. Imagine this, y'all. Go to Wisdom of Solomon 1. In verse 13.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 13. For God made not death, neither hath he pleasure in the destruction of the living.
Mm-hmm.
For he created all things that they might have their being, and the generations of the world were healthful.
Go ahead.
And there is no poison of destruction in them.
Right. There was no poison. The Most High intended for it to be righteousness, right? Go ahead.
Nor the kingdom of death upon the earth.
Remember, this ain't happened until sin entered the world and sin brings forth death. Go ahead.
For righteousness is immortal.
Righteousness is what?
Immortal.
Is what?
Immortal.
So Adam could have lived, Eve could have been immortal. They forfeit immortality for what? Carnality? Right? We forfeited mortality. We're like, seek ye first the kingdom most high. That's like a fortune cookie saying. Like, yeah, get the kingdom. Like, what are we forfeiting the kingdom for and immortality for? Maybe we got to go over a class on that, what the promise was for us. It's the same thing as it was for Adam. Immortality. Right? But what did he choose? What did they choose? Because they listened to what? They listened to Satan. So think about it. Imagine living 1,000 years on crack, meth.
Some people love that.
Imagine America ruling 1,000 years. Or to eternity. The world would be consumed, y'all. You see why the Most High got to do what he has to do? Like, wickedness cannot rule and be immortal. It's impossible. First of all, it's impossible. You think about it. They created transgenders. You already created a system to cut out what? To cut out reproduction.
God.
Right? Then you brought in what? Disease comes with that. You literally are counterproductive to humanity.
That's why you got a doomsday clock for themselves.
Right. So you got to think about this. When there's no way that they could. That's why it says he cut them. Read the last part again.
And the Most High Power said, behold, the man has become as one of us, to know good and evil.
Right.
And now, lest he put forth his hand and take also of the tree of life.
So to live forever. Right. So we're going to have the power to live forever. Right. Go ahead.
And eat and live forever.
Right. So with faggots and transvestites and switch hitters. Right. That's going to be forever. Or drug dealers. Or how about just anxiety? And living 1,000 years, like Methuselah lived 960 what? 969 and 969 years of anxiety and stress. Hell nah. The Most High's like, I'm doing you a favor, bruh. I'm gonna bust this down. I'm gonna do you a favor. Like, bro, there's no way. So the Most High severed us from that connection to this immortality and live forever. Right? Go ahead. Oh, that's it?
That's it, yeah.
All right.
Dennis shall restore Yahweh Ban Yasharala.
Dennis shall restore Yahweh Ban Yasharala. I watch it. Right.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shakarakatone.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shakarakatone.
Right?
I think I used all that double whopper energy. I'm just joking.
Third reader is going to continue Genesis chapter 3, verse 23, down to Genesis chapter 4 and verse 9.
Okay. Look, we're not precepting Genesis 4 and 5, y'all. We read it in through. All right? We can always go over that some other time. We're just going to read the basics and go through it. Go ahead.
Verse 23.
Hopefully y'all know at this time we never try to run from no questions or no edification. Y'all should know us by now. So, but it's already 6 o'clock. Come on.
Therefore the Lord God sent him forth from the Garden of Eden to till the ground from whence he was taken.
Right. So you went from the things that was plenished and the land that was good, and look at the land over there now in the Middle East. They destroyed that place. Mesopotamia. I mean, if it ain't being bombed the hell out, they destroyed all the look what they did to Gaza. They said that was a beachfront. It was beautiful, and I'm like, it was beautiful even though it was ugly when Gaza was up. But they said it was still beautiful. Like, think about that. Imagine it back during this time. Like the Mesopotamia. Like, it must have been beautiful, huh? But look at it now. This is what man did, yeah.
Yeah, they got pictures of it like back in the day.
Yeah, I seen that too.
It was like a vacation spot for like people in that area. Well, like in different spots that they would want to go over there in like vacation.
Right.
Like they showed how it was set up. It was like, it was something.
They bombed that down, bro. They bombed that down. What's crazy is I was watching this news interview. You know how that shoreline, that goes all the way to Israel, right?
Oh, man.
So you see all the destruction, and you know how our beach is? Right? You guys were telling me about it. You got Virginia Beach, and then what is the other one?
Ocean View.
Right. I guess they're different. That's the same beach, eh?
Same.
Same coastline, right? But imagine that. You got damn destruction of Gaza, and then it jumps over to what they call Israel over there. Right? That is wild, but that's death and destruction that man brings, man. So the Most High shut us out of all the flourishing and the land of milk and honey and the things that are easy. Now you're gonna go out here, man, you gotta damn work. Pick up some of these rocks. Go ahead.
So he drove out the men, and he placed at the east of the garden of Eden cherubim, and a flaming sword which turned every way,
right,
to keep the way of the tree of life.
Right. So remember, the cherubims were this spiritual access to the thing that was going to give us eternal life. Right. The cherubims were blocking the thing that was spiritual. They weren't blocking a garden in Mesopotamia. They were blocking the spiritual thing that we were going to have access to, right? That would live forever. They weren't blocking Gaza or the physical land, right? This was a spiritual thing. Go ahead.
Chapter 4. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain.
And what else do you do in turmoil? You have kids, right? Life goes on, right? You get checked, you get corrected, and you move on, right? Was Adam wicked? No. Or else it would have been like, and that Adam died. Quick. Right? So you can see through the law coming in and Adam repenting, because he still lived a long time. You see, the wicked, the Most High said, the law says, the scripture says it will cut your life short. Wickedness will cut you short. Right? And it did over time to generations, but let's talk about the man Adam, right? The Most High still let him live. Those people. Go ahead.
And said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel. And Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And in process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel he also brought of the firstlings of his flock, and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering. But unto Cain and unto his offering he had not respect.
Okay, so why he didn't have respect? Because Cain was stiff-necked and hard-headed. Cain was rebellious. It wasn't that, he was just not dealing with the flock. Like, well, why is the Lord mad at him? Like, that's some warped mentality. He knew better. They were all given laws. Their father and mother gave them the laws, and they knew that they were supposed to give the proper sacrifice. So what you have here, and like I said, there's a lot of precepts that go with this, is a rebellious, wicked person. That's why his name is dragged to this level. Like from the old, all the way generations past that, your name is dragged because that was the spirit in Cain. It says he was of the devil, right? So what spirit he moving in? The consequences of what you do goes to your generations, y'all. So this is why you gotta watch. Cain was a product of what the hell was going on. Yeah.
So when they talking about the flock, you talking about people? Because talking like in symbols again. So
no.
This is actual.
This is actual sacrifice.
Because I was thinking the whole time that he was talking about like Abel, his offering was like the flock that he teaching, like teaching a flock or something like that, and then Cain had something else going on.
No, it wasn't that, because as you start seeing, it's going to lay it out for you. It's going to lay it out that, oh, this was actual offering to the Lord. And what did it say? Hold on a second. Right, there you go. What verse is that?
Verse 4.
No, read 3. 3.
And in the process of time, it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord.
Right, so and now it's being specific. It's telling you that this is actual offering, fruit from the ground.
But we've been talking.
Yeah.
What's confusing me is we've been talking about fruit and trees and all of that, and it's been symbols. So when we talk about the ground, I'm thinking like the ground is symbolic to something too. So how do we know it's actually talking about?
Context of what we're talking about.
All right, but, okay.
No, I mean, there's no other way to explain it, is that the context of what we're talking about is showing us. Now, all right, I didn't want to precept it, but let's jump to some precepts to show you that, furthermore, like, this was actual. Let's go to the New Testament, that this was actual offering, right? It wasn't symbolism or nothing like this. This was actual fruit, not the fruit of their doings, right? All right, this was actual fruit. Go to, where is it? Let me get it for you. Go to, yeah, there you go. Hebrews 11:4. Let's go there. Go to Hebrews 11:4 first.
Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 4. By faith, Abel offered unto the Most High a more excellent sacrifice.
There you go. You see that? So he's literally, it's like the New Testament is confirming that what it wasn't, you know how when we went to the other scriptures to show you how they were trees, in Ezekiel it said in Eden that they were people, right? It's showing you, they're confirming it was an actual sacrifice, right? Go ahead.
Then Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous.
Right. So just the confirmation in the New Testament that this was actual offering, it was an actual sacrifice. It was it wasn't symbolism in this one. All right, jump back. You got another? Yeah, it's gonna go. Yeah, I know. Go ahead.
Verse 5. But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect.
Right.
And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell.
Well, this is the problem with a wicked person, is that they won't accept their correction, right? They despise reproof and correction. Right. Cain didn't want to hear all that. Go ahead.
And the Lord said unto Cain, Why art thou wroth?
Why are you angry?
And why is thy countenance fallen?
That you get all sad, like, Moshe ain't messing with me. Well, then, I do my thing then. You know what I mean? I ain't got to, I don't need nobody to certify me. Go ahead.
If thou doest well.
If you what?
If thou doest well.
Right. And that's that same spirit that Saul had on him. Saul was upset that Samuel was like, that's not what I told you to do. But Saul was like, yeah, well, I did do it. Not like, no, bro, we hear the animals. The same spirit that was on Saul was on Cain, right? The same spirit that was on Esau was on Cain, right? Go ahead.
Shalt thou not be accepted?
Yeah, if you did right, you would be accepted. But what happens when the wicked don't do right and they're not accepted? They just what? I'm going to do my own thing. They get angry, they get upset because they want their way to be right. Most High's like, do what I commanded and it will be right. Yeah, it's like that brutish, rebellious child.
Right.
A rebellious child that you give them the circumstance of what needs to be done, and They're just not riding with that. They want to do it their way, right? Or they do it sloppily. They do it lazily, right? Well, I need you to we have it in our house a lot. Right? Let's get this fridge clean. And the fridge is, still got some juice that went under the glass, and they're like, "Well, I cleaned it out. It's clean." But you got damn turkey jizz on the damn thing, bro. Yeah, turkey jizz is wild, right? So so the thing is, you gotta take everything out, then you gotta pull that glass out and wash it under the thing. And they're like, they thinking I'm gonna ignore that, or we're gonna ignore that. It's like, nah, you gotta do it over. And then they're like, and the kids ain't to Cain level, but it's like, damn, why I gotta do that?
You look for detail when they just like, I'll fight a couple of times.
Go ahead, read.
And if thou doest not well,
right,
sin lieth at the door.
Sin lieth at the door, because the Most High, He deals with obedience. And that's what Cain wasn't what? I'm not going to be obedient. I'm my own man. Right? I don't need nobody. I don't need all that. You got to think about what type of child he was, though. Imagine if he was doing this with the Most High. Imagine what he was dealing with his parents. See, that's the repercussion of your generation and a wicked generation.
God.
Right? So remember, Cain got this from somewhere from his family. Right? That's the thing about this. Go ahead.
And unto thee shall be his desire.
Right.
And thou shalt rule over
unto
him.
thee, which was what?
Shall be his desire.
What was that? Sin. Sin lieth at the door. And that was what was knocking on Cain's door, which was, you know what? I'm going to keep doing it my way. Right? The Most High said He resisted the proud, He give grace unto the humble. Pride goeth before destruction. Now, who else is like that? Esau. It said, the pride of thy heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rocks. In Obadiah. So, he's the same way. Right? The same spirit as Cain. And now, this is when you go into, there's a lot of precepts, but when you go into that wicked seed, there's a wicked line from Cain to Tubal Cain to Esau. It goes all the way through his seed. Right?
God.
So when you think of devil, we've been taught to think pitchfork and horns. You're talking about an evil line, an evil lineage.
Does this affect all the children of Eve?
No, this is affecting Cain and his line. Remember, he went off. He ain't followed. His parents is still trying to do what's right. But something latched on to Cain. It's like, I see this a lot. Brothers come in the truth, but their kids be mid-age, like 5 or 6, so they already picked up on Christmas. They already picked up on Thanksgiving, so now they got to come to the truth. And at 5 or 6, be washed of that? Bro, they go through this war that's in their head, like, and then don't let them be divided homes, right? Don't let that be divided homes. That child will lose it, because they're like, wait a minute, mom is doing Christmas, dad ain't, or dad ain't doing, dad is, and mom ain't. So it brings them through this mind. Cain learned this somehow, right? And when you go into the scriptures about your seed and your generations, they had to be the parents. Some along the way, right? They did something, right? And we don't know what, but we know this, that Cain ain't right now, right? Go ahead.
And thou shalt rule over him.
And
Cain talked with Abel, his brother. And it came to pass, when they were in the field, that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother. So
when you got that humble brother, you got that meek example among you, right? It says, as a whorish woman, as a whore envies a righteous woman. Like, this is what you got here. You got a man that is in the wrong mind, wrong spirit, moving through jealousy and envy. What does that bring? That brings murder. No murder. Go ahead.
Rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him.
Right.
And the Lord said unto Cain, Where is Abel thy brother? And he said, I know not. Am I my brother's keeper?
You're supposed to be. You're supposed to be your brother's keeper. The answer is yes. But how do we look at it? I don't know you. And what is the spirit that's been bred into our communities? That his eye shall be evil towards his brother. So now you got a lot of brothers with that spirit of Cain on them, who slew his brother. Right? Go ahead. Oh, yeah, like I said, I'm just going to go through it. So we can get it done.
Shawab halak, shabra show Yahweh the ban Yasha'ala.
Shawab halak, shabra show Yahweh the ban Yasha'ala. Imagine, right?
Yahweh Shem Yasha'ala.
Yahweh Shem Yasha'ala. Almost there, y'all.
Yeah, we get through it. We just go to basic understanding and move forward.
Yeah, so the brothers are going to continue in Genesis, the 4th chapter, verse 10, down to verse 20. Genesis chapter 4, verse 10, down to verse 20.
Uh-huh.
Okay, Genesis chapter 4, verse 10, down to verse 20.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 10. And he said, What hast thou done? The voice of thy brother's blood crieth unto me from the ground. Verse 11. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which hath opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. Verse 12. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shalt thou be in the earth. Verse 13. And Cain said unto the Lord, My punishment is greater than I can bear. Verse 14. Behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me.
Right, another verse. I don't know, did somebody pull this one? When he asked earlier in class, what scripture can you use to show that it wasn't alone? That it wasn't just Adam and Eve alone? Oh, you did pull that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, yeah, so you see that? Why was he so fearful? If it was just, it would have been at that time, what? Adam, Eve, and just Cain, because he already killed his brother. So there's been only just 3 people. See, that's how you know that we never read. What we did was get the coloring books in Sunday school. You know, you had a naked man, naked woman, and a snake that talked with an apple. None of that matched up with anything that we went over for the last, what was it? 7 hours? You know, more in 7 hours, you did your whole life in the Christian church. Y'all see that? Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 15. And the Lord said unto him, Therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him. Verse 16. And Cain went out from the presence of the Lord, and dwelt in the land of Nod, on the east of Eden. Verse 17.
Just going back, remember what we went over in, what was it, the 1st chapter? No, 2nd chapter, about the landmarks. The landmarks, the rivers that flowed out of Eden. So it isn't some place that you got to go to the Stargate, something like literally you can pinpoint today about that area, the Fertile Crescent. Y'all see that? Go ahead.
Verse 17. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived, and bare Enoch. And he builded a city, and called the name of the city after the name of his son Enoch. Verse 18. And unto Enoch was born Irad, and Irad begot Mehujael, And Mehujael begot Methuselah, and Methuselah begot Lamech. Verse 19, and Lamech took unto him 2 wives. The name of the one was Adah, and the name of the other Zillah. Verse 20, and Adah bare Jabal, and was the father of such as dwell in tents, and of such as have cattle.
Okay. What's next? No, it's 20. Yep. Let's get context. Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Keep reading. Keep reading. See.
Verse 21, and his brother's name was Jubal, and he was the father of all, such as handled the harp and organ. Verse 22.
Right, so now you see the skills of men start to come into play, right? Because in verse 20 it said Jabal had a bunch of cattle, right? So he was that cattle is what? That's your wealth. It wasn't bums. They were able to be masters and be able to lead these flocks, right? Go ahead.
Verse 22.
21, they were making what? The harps, the instruments, right?
And Zillah.
That's it. We're at verse 22, just read it down to verse, chapter 5 and verse 5. So 22 down to 5 and 5.
Genesis chapter 4, verse 22. And Zillah, she also bare Tubal-Cain, an instructor of every artificer.
Get that definition. Artificer.
Artificer. The term artificer generally refers to a person who is skilled in crafting.
He's what?
Skilled in
No,
crafting.
he's just some damn caveman. Ooh.
Yeah.
Fire. Will. Like, they make it seem like if it wasn't for the modern day white man, everybody was dumb. Like, we the so-called white man. Like, our people wasn't doing anything without them, their so-called education. See, we gotta realize that the Most High, He gave us what? The wisdom, right?
God.
Wisdom makes you intelligent.
God.
But what do they have deceived us with? If we don't go to their so-called institutions of higher learning or education, then you don't have no intellect. No, we're not supposed to look at, and there's nothing wrong with going to get your associates, your bachelor's. You're actually, that's supposed to be your reading to show them that what you've been given is superior to whatever they can drop. It should be an amazing, wow, look at these young 13-year-olds and 14-year-olds graduating college. Of course, it's in our blood. When we make this the foundation, the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding Most High, it shows you the practical knowledge how to be successful in every area of life. You gotta slow down. Y'all see about how we break down these verses? If you can break this down, then you should be able to get chemistry like that. You should be able to get physics like that.
Right.
You should be able to get, but what happens is you learn from them. You're educated by them. So you get what? The base characteristics and mannerisms of them. Look at Esau, the progenitor of Esau. He was what? Hasty. He was emotional. He didn't want to. He quit and gave up. And what do? When a little challenge pops up, it's so freak out this hard, and you look at the other nations just lack around you, they just equate that to, no, you guys are just not smart enough. You guys are not intellectuals. You guys are good at like manual physical labor, but this, intellectual stuff, this is not in your DNA. We was skilled. We've always been skilled. So anytime you allow that weak mind to say, well, I can't, that's what you let them educate you. You let them poison you. Y'all see that? Go back. Oh, you have one?
Yeah, I didn't read.
Oh, okay.
The term artificer generally refers to a person who is skilled in crafting, inventing.
So invention. Look at how much they don't like now. That's something right now. But you got these YouTubers. They want to run up where you say, name something that black people or so-called black people invented. And you got us today that we don't know because we let them educate us. We're not educating our children at home, right? So the you send them to their schools. They're not going to tell you all the great inventions that we made.
Right.
They're not going to tell you even in this day and time, how do you not acknowledge all the contributions, all the inventions that the so-called blacks and Hispanics have done, Native Americans have done for this country? You know why? Because they want you to think like that little base creature that they call you, that N-word.
Right.
Right? That ignorant. You don't have anything but what I can do. Y'all see that? So anytime you think about Bible time, it's like, well, it had to be white people there because, who built the pyramids or who did these things? But we like, right now, we can't do anything without them.
Right.
Which is the opposite, is total opposite of what history, the world has shown us.
Right. I mean, even when you look at things such as like welding, that's one of the things that I want to learn at my job, and it seems easy. It literally seems easy. The only thing it requires is patience. It requires patience. It requires literally being able to have control of your vessel. Like, think about it. Those are two qualities that can literally help you build something. But then the way Esau treats our people at our job, it's like you got a lot of people that want to come in, they want to be great, and then the only thing that they tell them to do, okay, go sweep the floor, go paint, go laminate.
Sweep the floor, nothing wrong with painting, but look how they,
that's literally how they treat them. So it's a devalue. They devalue you to where now you psychologically believe that you can't make it in life. But that's how they treat us. But we're more than that. And that's why a lot of times we got to pay attention to these spiritual qualities, because that's literally what's going to help you become this great man or woman. That's it.
That's it.
Okay, we have verse 22. It says, an instructor of every artificer.
Skilled inventor job, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And brass and iron. Mm-hmm. And the sister of Tubal-Cain was Naamah. And Lamech said unto his wives, Adah and Zillah, hear my voice, ye wives of Lamech. Hearken unto my speech, for I have slain a man to my wounding, and a young man to my hurt. If Cain shall be avenged sevenfold, truly Lamech 70 and sevenfold. And Adam knew his wife again, and she bare a son, and called his name Seth. For God, she hath appointed me another seed instead of Abel, whom Cain slew. And to Seth, to him also there was born a son, and he called his name Enos. Then began men to call upon the name of the Most High. Genesis 5 and verse 1. This is the book of the generations of Adam.
Where did men learn to call on the name of the Most High? It just showed you, that's another scripture to show you that, yes, Adam messed up. Yes, Eve messed up. But did they just stay down? No, they got up. The just man falls 7 times and rise up again. So what did they teach now Seth? They were teaching them to call on the name of the Lord, meaning a reputation. To reverence the Most High. To not make the mistakes that they made in their past. What's up, Schwab?
The verse 25, it had me thinking like the scripture when it talks about Joseph, when he said he didn't know his wife no more, and that's a stumbling block for a lot of people, or they don't teach it the correct way. And this it says Adam knew his wife again, and then it breaks down and said, and she bare a son.
Yeah, to know the Bible with the way it was written, the way it spoke back then, even in the 1611 times, to know your wife means to lay with her. Can't be catch. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 5 verse 1. This is the book of the generations of Adam. In the day that God created man, and the likeness of God made he him. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam.
Right, so that's where the Adamites, because we're Israelites because we descend from it. We're Israelites because we descend from Israel. So these are the generations, the descendants of Adam, right? Before the Israelites. So what were they called? The Adamites. All right?
In the day when they were created, and Adam lived 130 years, and begat a son in his own likeness, after his image, and called his name Seth.
Just reiterated from verse 26 from the previous chapter. Go ahead.
In the days of Adam, after he begotten Seth, were 800 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days that Adam lived were 930 years. And
how much did he live?
930 years.
930 years. Almost 1,000. So it's not hard to see that our people were skilled, because it wasn't 930 years of shooting hoops, 930 years of Call of Duty. No, it was. Look at the short time that Solomon had. Look at how wise he was. You think these were dumb cavemen type people? Wow. Come on, man. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And Seth lived 105 years, and begat Enos.
Right, and then look at this, the mentality. Like it's like as soon as you hit puberty, you ready, you get the itch, you trying to jump in something. This man was 100. How old was he when he had his son?
105 years.
105 years of discipline. 105 years of learning how to put your body into subjection. Right, one of the fruits of the spirit. It says temperance. Right, all that self-control. That's how you was able to master yourself. But today it's like either they push you in something that's a distraction, or you just led by your flesh. And what's the outcome? What's the result? You know, they said a man nowadays, well, you don't mature to what, 45 or 40? Come on, man. Right. Like, because our lifespan is so short. 45 is a baby. We supposed to be we supposed to be still learning, but we're like, no, I got it now. Nah, you barely get it. You barely get it at 45. You just not realizing all the mistakes you did over the last 20 years, 30 years. What's up, sis?
When we went to the Noah's Ark trip, you know, it definitely made me realize like it wasn't just a boat and some wood. Like there was actually engineering involved, and you know, people like a water transport. There was a method of shoveling out the feces of the animals. There's irrigation. There's an airflow mechanism of the entire boat. It wasn't just built with some animals or something. And he was at a later age too.
Right. I like that you say that, because we think like if it's not their science, there wasn't any kind of intelligence. Like in order to build that vessel, you had to know what kind of wood would actually float. You had to know load factors. You had to know even what animal should be next to this kind of animal. All this kind of high intellect was in there. But we don't think. We think, oh no, if they don't have the, what is it called, the Ivy League school stamp of approval, then no, it's not superior. It's base.
Right. Yeah, I would say, but even with the tools that I'm using at my job, I'm learning what a grinder is. I'm learning what things are used to actually carve the wood to make it smooth, because I'm learning if you got cracks in them, certain liquids can actually get in. So I'm like, wait a minute. I'm in the middle of work thinking biblically. I'm saying, okay, wait a minute. How exactly did Noah build this vessel again?
Yeah. What you gonna say?
Oh, I just had the age average man will mature. Survey-based maturity is around age 43, and then physical maturity, like peak physical development, is around 25 to 30 years old.
But check this out. You had your first kid at what? 15. You had your first child at 13. You was a child having a child, and what did you pour into that child? What child is it? That's what I'm reminded of, just with me and my oldest, being immature at 23, 26, and finger like he a sniper. Now, if there wasn't no intervention in there, if there wasn't no intervention, what would have stopped him from being taken out to actually, well, I'm not, what we see today. The kids looking like they're literally living out Grand Theft Auto. With no kind of discernment, no kind of remorse is out there. But who's raising them? Young. 25, you barely getting like, that's why he said smoking. It's good that you brothers that don't have children yet. Slow down. There's nothing wrong. These men were 100-something years. Now, I know we don't live that long. And I'm not saying with you or grandpa, but at least appreciate you have the time to master yourself so you can actually give your children a better opportunity to be great.
Yeah, and also you gotta pay attention to how the world looks and manipulates you too. Like, I mean, if you consider like the word and how it goes into like us getting like 120 years. So if you do 120 times 3, that number completed. Like you will see that 40 makes sense. Now you got 48 and 120. So it actually it makes sense at that particular point. But then if you listen to the world, if you start at 40, 43, 45 or whatever, they like, man, you late, man. What you late on? You know? Like, so they have you thinking you off, you actually right on course. It's like, hey, I'm supposed to, if I got 120 and 40, I should be starting. I'm saying, like, this is where I should be starting. You know, so you gotta pay attention to the way that they look to manipulate to have you living on their course rather than the way we supposed to.
Yeah, the way they try to educate us. It always goes back to their education, how they can poison us and have us chasing what they say is the standard. But we have the standard right here because you're 45, you're 40, right? You're able to show all your mistakes and you're going to start purging out, you master yourself, then you're ready to actually instruct this child. What's up, Sam?
I was just thinking, scripture says a baby shall die at 100. So that's when we're in the kingdom, of course. But if you correlate it to this verse right here, 105, he's still young according to how long he was supposed to live. So it's kind of reasonable that now, at this time, he's starting to master himself. So being able to have children at this age after 100 years, it just shows that there's been some sort of life, knowledge, and experience that he had to gain first.
All that wisdom that he can pour into his children. All right, let's go back. We almost finished out. Also, me, verse 6. 7. And Seth lived after he begot Enos 807 years, and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. And Enos lived 90 years and begot Canaan. And Enos lived after he begot Canaan 815 years, and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Enos were 905 years, and he died. And Canaan lived 70 years and begot Mahalalel. And Canaan lived after he begot Mahalalel 840 years, and begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Canaan were 910 years, and he died. And Mahalalel lived 65 years, and begot Jared. And Mahalalel lived after he begot Jared 830 years, and begot sons and daughters.
Oh, that's it? What is it? What verse? 17. And the days of Mahalalel were 895 years, and he died. And Jared lived 162 years, and he begat Enoch. Look how long it had to take for this righteous man to now come up. Right? Mind you, y'all, remember, it never said Enoch wrote a book. So this is where people go off. Like, it never said Enoch wrote a book. And Jared lived after he begat Enoch 800 years and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. And Enoch lived 65 years and begat Methuselah. So now you see, through this whole line, we're talking through the line of what? Seth. Right. Will you see that? The line of Seth, right, came what? The righteous seed. Enoch, Methuselah, right? It says, and he begat Methuselah 300 years and begat sons and daughters. And the days of Enoch were 360 and 5 years, and Enoch walked with the Most High, and he was not, for the Most High took him. Right? It said Enoch didn't die. Then I've seen this whole thing on this. Like, let's get the scripture real quick, just on this point. I know we're almost there, but this is just one scripture on Enoch. Like, it says Enoch didn't die, so he didn't die of regulars. Like when you look at Christ, right, and he died and resurrected. He came back and was taken up, right? God. Yes, you have to transition, but he didn't transition like he did before, which is dying, right? And going through that process. This transition was different. Where is it at? Both of them. Read Hebrews 11:5 and Ecclesiastes 44 and 16. Go ahead and read that.
Hebrews chapter 11, verse 5. By faith, Enoch was translated, that he should not see death.
I mean, why are you arguing that? He literally, like, I see this whole thing. Well, he didn't really die. I mean, he died. It says he didn't see death. Right. So, y'all get this, right? Go ahead.
And was not found because the Most High had translated him.
Right. The Most High had translated him. Obviously, this is something different than a regular process of how we die. Right. So the Most High took him up. Go ahead.
For before his translation, he had his testimony. He had this testimony that he pleased the Most High.
That he pleased the Most High. Right. He had this testimony. They're writing the testimony. Right. Where are you at?
Ecclesiastes chapter 44, verse 16. Enoch pleased the Lord and was translated, being an example of repentance to all generations.
Right. So what is it showing us about Enoch? Enoch was a righteous man. The Most High always had that righteous seed speaking the word and reminding everybody. Right? This is, whether back in the days, whether you were called a prophet or a seer, whatever it was men that were still spreading the word of the Most High to get the wicked generations correct. Think about that. That's since the fall of Adam. Since the fall of Adam, it had to be this. That was Hebrews.
Ecclesiastes 44 and 16.
Right. Let me hold on one second. Right. Ecclesiastes 44, 16. Yeah, that's another one too, right? Go there. Ecclesiastes 49 to 14.
Ecclesiastes chapter 49 and verse 14. But upon the earth was no man created like Enoch, for he was taken from the earth.
Check that out. So he was taken from the earth, right? It said he didn't die. So why we don't got to argue all that. We are at 5 and 24. And Enoch walked with the Most High, and he was not, for the Most High took him. And Methuselah lived 108 years, 80 and 7 years, and begat Lamech. And Methuselah lived after he begat Lamech 708 and 2 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Methuselah were 906 and 9 years, and he died. And Lamech lived 180 and 2 years, and begat a son. And he called his name Noah. So you see through that righteous seed, the righteous lineage, the righteous line. The generations is important, man. Saying, this same shall comfort us concerning our work and toil of our hands, because the ground which the Lord had cursed. And Lamech lived after he begat Noah 595 years. Lamech had to be on point to teach Noah.
Right.
Noah wasn't righteous, just he popped out. And that's happened. That's happened. But somebody had to teach this man that, look, how to be right in the eyes of the Most High. And all the days of Lamech were 777 years. 777, right? And he died, and Noah, that's an angel number. I'm just kidding. He told me about that recently. I'm like, what's an angel number? What is that? And Noah was 500 years old, and Noah begat Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Boom. Yeah, we are done. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Verse 29. Can I get some clarity?
And he called his name Noah, saying, the same shall comfort us concerning our work and toil. This was just showing that this righteous line yield another righteous man that was going to do what? What's the comfort? Say it.
The word.
The word. Right? What's the comfort? Go to 1 Corinthians, the first chapter. So that comfort, we know what the comfort was. The promise. This is all through the scriptures about the comfort of the saints. It's 1 Corinthians 1 and where's the second? Let me see. It's the second. The 2 Corinthians, the first chapter. In 6th verse. Read 3. Start from 3.
2 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 3.
Blessed
be the Most High, even the Father of our power, Yahweh Shai and Mashiach, the Father of mercies, and the power of all comfort, who comforted us in all our tribulation, that we may be able to comfort them which are in any trouble,
right?
By the comfort wherewith we ourselves are comforted.
What is that? What is that? What is it? There's a lot of comfort there, right? Where does that comfort come from? And you can add St. John 15:26, St. John 14:26, right?
God.
He shall leave a comforter, right? Go ahead.
For as the sufferings of Yahweh Shai abound in us, so our consolation also abounded by Yahweh Shai.
Go ahead.
And whether we be afflicted, it is for your consolation and salvation, which is effectual in the enduring of the same sufferings, which we also suffered. Or whether we be comforted, it is for your consolation and salvation.
Right. So the comfort is the word, the reminding, like, look, this period is going to end. Right? And I know that's not comfort, that's a warning. It was both, though. Don't we want this to end? Ain't we comforted with that? But it comes with what? Trial, heartache, right? So Noah was going to be the one to spread the word of comfort. Yeah. Yes, sir.
It's also important to know that though in Hebrew means comfort, but
Look at that. Right. Noah's a comfort. Right. So he was doing his job. Right. He was doing his job, man. Yeah. Man, that's crazy. All right. Anything else, y'all? I know that it was long, but not too bad. I mean, 7 o'clock. Anything else?
Nah.
All right. We're going to go ahead and finish up these prayers and get out.
Okay.
Hey, yeah, you're going to go get them out? We just wait for everybody to calm down. That's everybody? All right. Barakatay Ho. Barakatay Ho. Barakatay Ho Shah. Barakatay Ho Shah. Wadi Ho. Wadi Ho. Bahasham Yahweh for the Sabbath, this day, this rest. We ask of you to continually bring peace, comfort, rest to the brothers, sisters, to our household, and family. No matter what trials, tribulations, persecution we go through. We ask of you to raise up prophets, raise up teachers, raise up women that have been in thy name, and reward them that wait for you. But let thy prophets be found faithful. Yahweh, make the time short. Remember the covenant, and let them declare thy wondrous work. Raise up indignation. Pour out wrath. Take away the adversary. Destroy the enemy. Make the time short. Hashem Yahweh. We beg of you to bless us with the fruits of the Spirit. In Yahweh Shai's name. We pray. Barakatay Ho. Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Hahawa'a. Nathalanawa. Ha. Tawara.
Bless you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the light.
Barakatay Ho. No, that's the law.
Bless you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the law.
Barakatay Ho. Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Hahawa'a. Nathalanawa. A war. Lara'a.
Bless you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the light to see.
Barakatay Ho. Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Hahawa'a. Nathalanawa. Ha'ayo. Quara. La Quara'a. Ha'ayin.
Bless you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the ram's horn to call the people.
Barakatay Ho. Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Hahawa'a. Nathalanawa. Shaman. Zayaf. Lamashah. Yasha'ala.
Bless you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the olive oil to anoint Yasha'ala.
This is Psalms 92. And as always, we anoint after class. Psalms 92. It is a good thing to give thanks unto Yahweh and to sing praises unto his name. O Most High, to show forth thy loving kindness every morning and thy faithfulness every night upon an instrument of 10 strings And upon the soldiers.
And upon the soldiers.
Upon the heart.
Upon the heart.
With a solemn sound.
With a solemn sound.
For thou. Yahweh. Has made me glad.
Has made me glad.
Through thy work.
Through thy works.
I will triumph.
I will triumph.
In the works of thy hand.
In the works of thy hand.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
How great are thy works.
How great are thy works.
And thy thoughts are very deep.
And thy thoughts are very deep.
A brutish man.
A brutish man.
Knoweth not.
Knoweth not.
Neither doeth a fool.
Neither doeth a fool.
Understand this.
Understand this.
When the wicked spring up as grass.
When the wicked spring up as grass.
And all the workers of iniquity do flourish.
And all the workers of iniquity do flourish.
They shall be destroyed.
They shall be destroyed.
Forever.
Forever.
But thou.
Yahweh.
Are most high.
Are most high.
Forevermore.
Forevermore.
For lo, thine enemies.
For lo, thine enemies.
O Yahweh.
O Yahweh.
For lo, thine enemies shall perish.
For lo, thine enemies shall perish.
All the workers of iniquity.
All the workers of iniquity
shall be scattered.
Shall be scattered.
But our horn. Shall thou exalt.
Shall thou exalt.
Like the horn of a unicorn.
Like the horn of a unicorn.
We shall be anointed.
We shall be anointed.
For fresh oil.
With fresh oil.
My eye also.
My eye also.
Shall see my desire.
Shall see my desire.
And my enemy.
My enemies.
And my ears.
And my ears.
Shall hear my desire.
Shall hear my desire.
Of the wicked that rise up against us.
Of the wicked that rise up against us.
The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree.
The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree.
He shall grow like the cedar in Lebanon.
He shall grow like the cedar of Lebanon.
Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh Shai.
Those that be planted in the house of Yahweh Shai.
Shall flourish.
Shall flourish.
In the courts of the Most High.
In the courts of the Most High.
They shall still.
They shall still.
Bring forth fruit in old age.
Bring forth fruit in old age.
They shall be fat.
They shall be fat.
And flourishing.
And flourishing.
To show that Yahweh is upright.
To show that Yahweh is upright.
He is my rock.
He is my rock.
And there is no unrighteousness in him.
And there is no righteousness in him.
Shem Yahweh Shai.
Oh, Shem Yahweh Shai.
Alright, Psalms 133. Shayar.
Shayar.
Hamalawat.
Hamalawat.
Ladawat.
Ladawat.
Hana.
Hana.
Matuwa.
Matuwa.
Wama.
Wama.
Naayam.
Naayam.
Shabbat.
Shabbat.
Akim.
Akim.
Gum.
Gum.
Yakad.
Yakad.
Kashima.
Kashima.
Hatawa.
Hatawa.
Ayu.
Ayu.
Haraash.
Haraash.
Yurai.
Yurai.
Ayu.
Ayu.
Hazakwan.
Hazakwan.
Jakwan.
Zakwan.
Aharam.
Aharam.
Shayirai.
Shayirai.
Alpunya.
Alpunya.
Marawathiwa.
Marawathiwa.
Katol.
Katol.
Karawan.
Karawan.
Shayirai.
Shayirai.
Ayu.
Ayu.
Haria.
Haria.
Tazaya 1.
Tazaya 1.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Shum.
Shum.
Tazawa.
Tazawa.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Ah. Habaraka.
Habaraka.
Kayayam.
Kayayam.
Ai.
Ai.
Iwalam.
Iwalam.
Aman.
Aman.
Psalms 133. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard, that went down to the skirts of his garment, as the dew of Hermon, and as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Most High commanded the blessing, even life forevermore.
Shem Yahweh Shai.
Oh, Shem Yahweh Shai. The water.
Tamyad.
Aman.
Circle left, brethren. Go ahead and call it.
May Israel, buddy, corrupt.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai B'Etam.
Cool yourself.
Cool yourself.
Cool yourself.
Cool yourself.
Cool yourself.
Cool yourself.
Yeah, go tap and turn to face the sisters.